Welcome to The Climb, about three kids, one field, and a dream that refused to die quietly until the game decided it was done with them. Ben, Mike, and a brand new member of The Climb, Jim Ricky Jr. didn't just grow up playing baseball, they built their entire identity around it, chasing the kind of life most people abandoned before they even hit high school. This is a story nobody tells. The miles, the failures, the quiet doubts that creep in after the lights go out, and the moment it all stops without warning. It's raw, it's honest, and it hits like a fastball you never saw coming. Because this isn't about making it, it's about what it costs when you don't, and what's left when the only thing you have ever loved doesn't love you back. Ben, is that true? Is any of that statement true as far as the game not loving you back? Or is that saying just kind of out of context and depends on the individual?
I think part of it probably depends on the individual, but it hits home to me.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought maybe for the most part, I really had no clue. I was telling a bunch of people that I was going to play football, and then all of a sudden I got this opportunity to play baseball. So I took a quick switch, went that direction, and did not know half of what everyone else knew when I showed up to CSM, and learned a whole lot along the way.
Moon, for a guy that's made it farther than most people, does something like that, making it as far as you did and coming so close, make it easier, harder, or neither?
Kind of harder, to be honest, because there's been many people with, that say, like, how did you not ever make it to the big leagues? Like, all the time. And it's like, and I'm always like, damn it. But, like, kind of like your intro to everything, it's like, sometimes you put in so much work. You're at the weight room, you're doing your early work, you're seeing your trainers, you're eating healthy or whatever, and then all of a sudden you go over 4 with 3 strikeouts, and you're like, what the hell? Or Ben, like, for instance, like, his arm feels great that day and gets tanked for 3 bombs or something like that when he did everything he was supposed to do.
Never happened.
or like, for instance, for Jimmy, like he's got the whole game plan behind home plate, and it goes completely backfires on him.
Jimmy, first episode here on The Climb. Tell us a little bit about your playing career. You played at CSM, correct? JUCO ball?
CSM, yep.
Now,
go ahead.
After JUCO ball, what happened?
I actually, my whole story kind of started in high school, though, because I was going to go to ASU. I was like, done.
You were a player, huh?
And I went and like hung out with Mike, and he showed me the dorms and everything, and I was like, I was sold. I was like, this is so, it was so awesome, and then that was Pat Murphy's first year when he came in. So like all the people that the other staff recruited were like, done. Now I was like, oh, that was my whole plan.
Did Murphy recruit you?
No, it was Scott Golby. It was before Murphy. They're not going to take the old staff's players.
Happened to be twice.
These guys, we're getting you guys.
Shit.
They hadn't been to the World Series in like 14 years, and then
Right.
Pat Murphy took over and killed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it kind of started. That's why and then I was like, okay, cool. I guess I'm going to go play football and baseball at CSM. Sweet, that's going to be so fun because McNeil, who I'm staying with now, he played on the team, and it was great. And I went and met with Coach Owens and had a great meeting with him, and met with Williams after that. And Doug was like, oh yeah, you can't play football here. And I was like, I thought he meant like, you're not good enough to play football here. But he was because if you want to play baseball,
yeah.
You can't play. And I was like, just talk to Coach. He's like, said I'm going to play. Yeah. So yeah. That was, I mean, it's funny now, but it sucked then. My heart.
Yeah, I bet. It just didn't go the way it was supposed to. You still think about that today?
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
I think about it, all of it, like every single day, and I miss it every day.
Yeah.
What do you miss about it?
It's like post-traumatic stress, maybe. No,
Yeah.
Smell like the grass and wearing like
Yeah.
stirrups and pants and your shoes. But
Yeah.
I don't think it didn't love it. It loved me. Baseball loved me because I got to play for like way longer than 95% of everyone else that plays baseball. So
And
uh, I'm happy. I'm glad I got to play that long. Could have ended even quicker. Could have blew my knee out playing football in high school or whatever. I get hurt now. And then you can't do anything. I was like, oh shit, good thing that didn't happen when I was younger.
Go ahead, Ben.
yep. No, and that's the truth. I wanted to add on to that. It's like, when I first got to junior college, I wasn't really planning on that being what I was gonna do to make it or whatever. I was just happy to be part of the team, and then got some success. And it was like, okay, now this might be a thing where I can move it on to the next level. And I didn't have that expectation going into it, and then all of a sudden things were working out pretty well. And then you get that, like, okay, this is it. Like, what's the next step? How do I get to the next level? And you then you start to realize how crazy it is to get to that next spot.
We got opening day starting up. I mean, officially on Wednesday, but most of the majors start on Thursday. Moon, I want to start with you. Was opening day, was there a different feel on opening day? And how was it breaking camp with some people kind of on that cusp of making that opening day roster, not making the opening day roster, being sent down, being optioned down? What was the feel in your career from level to level as far as opening day, or was it the same across all levels?
For the actual opening day game,
Correct.
it was the same every single time.
Really?
Butterflies in my stomach, super nervous. Get the national anthem out of the way, first at bat out of the way. I'm like, all right, good to go. Now, breaking camp, that was to be a complete emotional roller coaster.
It was, huh?
Sometimes I probably said goodbye to friends that I haven't seen since, because they either got released right there, went to another team, never saw them again in the middle of the year because we were on different levels or whatever.
Yeah.
Or then you have the teammates that thought they should have been like a level or two higher, and they're just so bitter for the first like month.
Really?
Yeah. The rookie that has no business being there, and he is just shut up the whole time because he's so happy. So it was like completely all these people all over the place.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
There's also guys where you're like, how
Yeah.
is this guy out here? Are you kidding me? Oh,
Really? So there was that type of thing where like, hey, how'd this guy make it?
Oh yeah, I was just. I mean, there's a lot of luck involved too, or if you know the right person,
Politics.
Got a lot of looks because I knew like Toby Hara and Ron Washington, and they always used to like let me bring me out and let me try to show off my stuff like at their games and practices, and just like I caught bullpens and hit BP, and the guys there, I wasn't signed on the team or anything, but the guys when I first showed up, they were shitting their pants. They're like, "Who the fuck is this? They brought in some guy. What
level was this at, Jimmy?"
Yeah.
It was with the Norfolk Tides.
You didn't make the team. That team?
No, but I did get some pretty good looks, and you got to know how to play the game too. I probably shouldn't even have gone to college. I probably should have just kept. I went to a lot of major league scouting camps, and then we kept telling everybody like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to college." So they're like, "Okay,
yeah, right." Then they don't even forget about you, right?
I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to play ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go work for my dad when I'm done with this. So,
Yeah.
yeah, how much you want to sign for? Beer and a hot dog is fine with me.
Beer and a hot dog. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
I just wanted to be on a team with guys, and like, if there was a brawl, I'd be the first guy running out there and hit first in,
Hell yeah.
dude. I love that. But I'll get kicked out first. I don't care. But
Right?
if someone's my guy, I'll go out. Yeah, probably not the best ideas, but can't help it. It's natural instinct.
I'd love to throw to you. That would have been fun.
Ben, you start any opening days?
Yeah, I had a couple opening days for the Humboldt Crabs. Did
you really? You started a couple there? How's that?
Yeah, and 2 out of the 3 years that I was there, it was awesome.
Was it?
I mean, it's an honor, to be honest. And I got a funny story. Like one of the first, one of those opening days, I get up there and my catcher, Jeff Giacomini, Jocko, is from Santa Rosa College, JC, and we played against each other. And actually, it was right before, like, our seasons ended right around the same time, right before Final Four. And so both of our teams were in it. Santa Rosa JC and San Mateo JC were in it. And Jocko was a catcher with Santa Rosa, and I'm a pitcher with San Mateo. And we're both up in Humboldt. And we get up there, like, our first night, we go to the bar they got up the street called Sidelines. And we're in town and we just meet each other for like the first time. And we're at the bar. All of a sudden, someone looks at him sideways and he's got that catcher mentality, like he wants to go instantly. Like, all right, here we go. This is it. And sure enough, he stepped right up to them. Nothing ever happened, but it was like, all right, this is my boy.
Hey, Moon, did you ever compete with anybody in camp with a buddy for the same position? And what was that dynamic like, if you did?
I mean, especially for an outfielder, it's very weird because yes, every single year, single year.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Now, are you in the back of your head kind of like, I mean, naturally rooting against them a little bit?
No, actually, I never did it. At least my buddies that I'm still friends with that played professionally for a long time, they never did either.
Yeah.
I definitely saw some resentment from a couple guys every once in a while. Like one of my teammates was like the coach was like, "Wow, you had one of the best years ever in the Arizona Rookie League." And then one of my friends, I'm not going to say his name, just starts talking crap. He's like, "Wow, you did really well in the Rookie League. Good for you." I'm like, just because I did everything you did in half the time that you played, and you're talking
there should be healthy competition.
It's really weird. But most of the guys, it's like, yeah, we just compete. Like for instance, I beat out all the outfielders for my draft class. Every single one. And then who turns to an outfielder from third base? Nick Schertle, who was my best friend out of all of them. So I'm like, damn it. But like, I still rooted for him all the time when he was like, I'd see him on TV. Or like, we would be workout buddies. Like, so there was never any like, F you or anything like that. That's probably why we probably competed in the weight room and the batting cage with each other the whole time. That's what made us better.
What mattered most as you were climbing the ranks, winning as a team or winning as an individual? And that's an honest question. I think a true question. As you're trying to make a career for yourself. Let me put it this way. Was it more important winning a championship at CSM, or was it more important winning a championship for the River Cats?
I think we all would say CSM probably even. Yeah.
I was just gonna say college more so because no matter way you slice it, when you get to a professional ranks, you're a pro now. Just like you're trying to get a job as a programmer, a tech company, or whatever. It's different. You're a professional now, so
yeah.
I mean, you might want to get on a team that's like not as good, but you're gonna play all the time and get paid. Yeah, sure. But in college, you want to win the championship, and I had a pretty good battle with Ryan Evangelo at CSM my freshman year, and he beat me out. I still like him. He's a coach at head coach at Sierra College, and they're killing it right now.
Yeah.
Great,
I was gonna
great
say I
baseball.
love the healthy competitions are the best ever. Like you can't
Fastest guy ever.
and it makes good teams when guys are down to compete against each other on the same team. And we talked about this before where I think in one of the other episodes we were talking about just the team atmosphere and whatnot, but we competed in everything. It was like flips or hitting fungos and who could feel that the best, who could do the plank the longest, who could do this, like who could do that the most. Like we were at CSM, we were constantly challenging everyone in the mix, and it was great. And I remember my last year at CSM, Kyle Woodruff came in, who ended up playing with the San Jose Giants for a while after that. Great pitcher, like 6'5", 6'6", 220 stud. And me and him just all year battled, like not battled internally, but for the team. It's like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're constantly competing against each other, but in a good way, to where it benefits everyone on the team when you're competing that hard.
Which I want to transition to right now. You guys' thoughts on the WBC and what you saw and the competition that was out there, Jimmy?
It was so fun. I watched a
Yeah.
lot of it. Pretty disappointed in the USA, the management of the team and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think they kind of got lucky actually.
The USA to get in.
100%.
This whole hitting bombs thing, and I mean, they look pretty shitty.
Hitting wise, they did. Yeah, offensively, I agree. I thought the pitching was pretty on point.
Yeah, but and then
Yeah.
they had a guy quit.
That's how we do it.
Huh?
Yeah. Venezuela and Italy, those guys were playing baseball, man. Hitting
Yeah.
it the other way. I saw one lefty from, I don't know if he was from Italy or Venezuela. It was a lefty, and he was like, he kind of got out on his front foot, but he fought so hard to stay back, and he did kind of a shitty swing, but he stayed back, and even though it was
Just
shitty,
enough.
he hit a freaking P-rod to like left center, and it scored runs. You don't see anyone from the USA team doing that. Nobody.
Hopefully that was Luis Reyes for the Giants. The second baseman.
Yep. I know. Thank God. Yeah.
Not Venezuela. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Moon, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was very exciting baseball for this early in the year.
Yeah.
Like everyone was competing.
I definitely know. I don't know how. So I don't. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I know for a fact the USA team, what DeRosa was getting texts from other organizations about like how to use their pitchers and stuff like that.
Yes.
Who cares about the hitters? They can just
Yeah.
play every field.
They were being told how to use the pitchers. Correct.
I don't know if like.
Well, other countries were as well. Other countries.
Okay, so they were.
Yeah,
I can see these Latin countries. The players.
Yeah.
No, they were as well.
I was going to say it's
Venezuela in the finals
board.
were told who they can use, who was available, who can go a certain inning, who can, So they were. If you had a major league player in there, it was controlled by the major league.
They were getting something told to them what they could and couldn't do.
Correct.
I get that. Yeah. But, which is for me, that's what it's hard about being so into it, because I like to be fully into this and it's fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it, but there's some things where it's not. I was not all in.
I was okay with it because for me, what it meant is, hey, the roster is important from top to bottom, and who was on it mattered. So as far as people not being available, this or that, for me, I was okay with, because hey, you got your best team out there. There's 26 players on that roster. Every single one of them should be important.
Roster very fluent and dynamic. Like it could change
very easily. Like this, Screwball would just like.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it could. It's like a minor league roster, Moon. You had 28, but you declared 26.
Got it. Okay.
There's a couple people like I don't get what Scooble decided not to throw like 50 pitches in a game.
I don't think that was on Scooble. I have a hard time imagining that was
Yeah, no,
his
I
his
don't, I
his
don't think
decision.
that's on him.
No,
I don't think it's on him either.
Feel right during spring training because it's that weird time of the year.
I mean, the Tigers just lost an arbitration.
And pitching, pitching is different than like the hitters can go out there and sure they can have their at bats. It's different. If you're gonna throw 4 or 5 innings, in that scenario, your team's gonna be concerned with how far you're going or what you're doing. It just
that makes
sense.
a difference, Ben. In what way?
Well, they have an investment in that player. They don't want him.
How does it affect the pitcher, though? I mean, as far as throwing.
To me personally, I think innings monitoring is a joke. I don't think anyone should ever be limited on how many innings they throw.
Here's a question for all you guys as we get ready to wrap this up here. Now, through all the changes baseball's gone through, and everybody swinging and trying to hit the ball as hard as they can, and pitchers trying to throw the ball as hard as they can, to the core, is baseball still baseball? Moon?
I don't like how it's so robotic now. And
like where everyone is like, for instance, like hitting coaches now are having less and less experience than they had back in the day, and they don't know anything else but the cookie cut you. I see that with the pitching side too. When I teach pitchers how to throw, I teach them the most biomechanically like safest way to throw. But then when it comes to like the little ins and outs and like how to like do everything else, I give to someone that actually pitched. Like put these muscles in the right position and then do whatever your pitching coach has to say. But now you got like I mean, me and Bricky were talking about earlier, we got this teacher man guy that's doing shit that nobody ever did ever in the history of baseball. And he got one client that happens to be one of the best hitters in baseball, Aaron Judge, and everybody thinks they should just do the same thing, and which is something no one's ever seen in baseball. Like, and Aaron Judge doesn't even do what this old man does when he's showing his swing. And the guy owns a bar. He doesn't even play. He never even played baseball. So
I'll play a little bit of devil's advocate here. I'm not saying I disagree with what you're saying, but kind of looking at it from the opposite side. Do you think baseball and what you're saying maybe a little bit? Isn't it a little bit hard-headed? Like it is the last sport I think that accepts change. They don't want anything changed. Like what you just said there at the end is a perfect example of what I think baseball is hard-headed about. And listen, I don't have enough of experience or know enough to have a real strong opinion on that. But I do know it's like, hey, baseball historically does not like to change. I mean, games were taking 3.5, 4 hours long, and we just introduced the pitch clock last year. And everybody hated pitch clock at first, and it's turned out to be a real big success.
I hate the pitch clock.
There you go. I think it's a home run. But that's a diverse opinion. I don't think with regard to the pitch clock, you can one person or another. In other words, I can't say, "Hey, Ben, you're wrong." And with the flip side, You could say, "Hey, they're wrong" on the other side of the fence as well.
Honestly, Boone, I'm not taking a hard stance on that. I don't think it's like
I see what you're saying.
To each their own, but I just dislike it. I don't think there's so many people out there dying for the game to end so quickly. Like I think
there's some grinds on these
there's
games,
people
man.
who like to be at the park and enjoy the game. And I think it's kind of bullshit that it's now on the pitchers to speed things up. Yeah. And I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think that was necessarily a good fix, but like you were talking about, some people like it. So I don't know.
And also, it's not hard-headedness. It's being smart.
As far as which one? As far as what point? As far as they're talking the Aaron Judge hitting coach?
Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Gary Sheffield, Eric Davis, Sammy Sosa, Frank Thomas. These guys hit 300 and up.
What I'm saying, the hard-headedness,
Yeah.
I'm talking about historically, the game of baseball has historically been not adept to change.
Yeah, it's not supposed to, because you already know what works. Why would you change it? You just do what the guy that already did it told you to do. Rod Carew lived, he told me, I got to work him for like a whole week. It was so sick. And he told me I lived on the outside part of the plate. So that's what I started doing. And I started hitting bombs and for average.
Okay.
And never even thought of it. He made it in the Hall of Fame doing that. So I thought
as far as hitting, listen, I don't have I'm not saying one way or the other. I agree with you. I enjoyed how baseball used to be played, but with regard to rule changes, as far as the pitch clock, listen, one thing I hated when they made the change was the shift. I thought, hey, you should be able to play 9 guys out there wherever you want.
It's a roll of the dice. It's a roll of the dice to shift. I don't know. Like, I can give 2 shits about it. Like, you know, I know there's some analytics involved in that, but honestly, it feels to me like a roll of dice.
Remember when they used to do the shift on Barry and he blasts like a 490-foot home run?
Yeah. What does the shift do to Barry Bonds? He's hitting it out of the park.
You guys are talking about the greatest player ever. I mean, that's a tough one. Go ahead, Moon.
Of all time. I got to talk to him a lot.
But like back when Bricky was saying, he just named off like a bunch of Hall of Famers. They all had a different swing, and then, but they could all have the same hitting coach, but he's not going to like try to mechanically make them all be the same.
Gotcha.
This old guy I was talking about, like, okay, that could work for someone.
We're talking about Aaron Judge's hitting coach. I don't know anything about him, so
don't look him up. You'll throw up.
They all hit down on the ball.
Backspin, right?
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr. never ever tried to hit the ball up. He always tried to hit it down on the ball, lined like a P-rod through the pitcher's face. And what happened? He hit like 500-600 home runs or whatever.
Yeah.
And so same with Gary Sheffield. Yeah, no big deal. You just watch the swing. No one's got swings like those guys anymore.
Yeah,
nobody. True.
Bryce Harper, right? I do like him, but it's not as good as those guys. Not even close. It's not even close. There's no who hit 300. Do you guys?
Nobody.
Like 3 guys. Luis Arez on the Giants.
I was just saying. Yeah, that's Wilson, the one that comes to
Wilson and Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm. Well, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell. These guys hit 300 like it was going out of style. And they hit down on the ball. And Bagwell hit freaking nukes, man. That guy hit bombs. And
Frank, you mentioned him earlier too. Frank Thomas is one of my favorites. Big Hurt, dude.
Yeah.
That guy could hit. And he's a big guy too. It was just, you know.
He's got low T now.
Bigger than all 4 of us on this video chat right now.
Doug Flutie got low T now. So they got those commercials. And the other thing, maybe next time, the catchers, I got a bone to pick with the catchers.
With the stance.
Nowadays.
That's a good one to attack. Next one. Yeah.
I do want to talk about I think the pitch framing is one of the most overrated things ever, but
I can't believe the umpires do that, because if I did it, the umpire would light
you up.
Well, the whole thing that drives me nuts about the pitch framing, and they're giving credit. We don't know if there was pitch framing or not pitch framing, what the umpire would have called the pitch either way. So how?
And you're hurting your pitcher. If you piss the umpire off, the umpire's got to be your best buddy, dude. I was friends with all the umpires, and being nice to the umpires gets you strikes. And if you're like going like this and all this shit, he's like, hey. You're just showing up the umpire, but they let him get away with it now. Maybe
I've seen some MLB catching that looks so sloppy. It looks so sloppy.
Yeah.
I can't believe that that they made it to that level. And I know it's just because they can hit, because they can't catch for shit. It's like their glove work is atrocious.
It's bad.
Carlos Santana, right? The first baseman switch hitter.
From Cleveland?
Or Cleveland. When I played against him in the minors, he was a catcher. And his hand would be like, it was
probably because he's just a shitty catcher, but he was trying to frame stuff that wasn't even near the zone.
Yeah.
he went to first base real quick after
It
that.
becomes
But
so
other
obvious. It
arguments
becomes
with
so
them.
obvious you don't get anything.
Yeah,
And they got
arguments with him, and he couldn't speak English, so I felt bad for him because he was like,
the biggest stud ever at like 19 years old in AA.
Yeah.
but it was like, all right, this guy might be a little bit
The
above his
worst
head.
is this one where the catchers just take it like that. Like, what is that? How are you taking it like that? Just stick.
Start the ground on
Like
the
stick.
ball.
Nope. Brian Cavalli was the guy who taught me how to really receive really good. After my freshman year, when Evangelo beat me out, I went and that was when with Rod Carew was there too. Brian Cavalli, all these guys. It was like a camp, and he was so good, and he's just like everything that he taught me. We'll do it, next time. But it was an art form, and and
Right.
umpires love the guy. He's like, they always love me because I didn't show him up and all this stuff. But that's for another day.
All right, final thoughts. Opening day coming up. Looking forward to the season. Not looking forward to it. Indifferent. Mike.
I'm going on Friday, so I'm obviously looking forward to it.
Ben.
Nice.
Absolutely looking forward to it.
Jimmy.
Can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to it. 100%.
All right, boys. Hey, thanks a lot, fellas. We'll do it again next week. Appreciate you all.
Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, fellas.
That was fun. Cheers.
Can't wait.